So, Skylar, cue the catchy music.
Catchy music, go.
Welcome to the Lunch Pail Boys. I'm one of the hosts, TJ Harkness, along with Skylar. There is no Dana, only Zool Wood.
Hello.
And coming all the way from Siberia, where he's starring in a new film, Bigfoot, Just Stick It in My Mouth, Jake Hahn.
You're not supposed to leak that info, okay? It's not been publicly released yet.
We'll bleep it out.
We'll fix it in post.
Yeah.
The producer is kind of iffy about the title still, so.
Oh, it's great.
Yeah.
It's a great title. It tells the story.
Yeah.
I think.
You fucking idiots. So, Jake, how have you been?
Pretty good. I have an acting career now.
Yep, you're all the way in Siberia. How is Putin treating you?
Oh, I don't really talk to him. I just talk to the KGB.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I see them quite often. So, yeah, doing pretty good there.
When you talk to him, do you say, the Ukraine is not weak?
No, I just say, Rocky won that shit.
Dude. Is that still a sore subject?
Oh, yeah. They hate it.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like, Ivan Drago is a hero. I'm like, he's not even Russian.
Putin's like, if I was in there,
I would have beat the Italian stallion.
I would have recorded him and then throw him in the gulag.
Ooh, the Robert Goulet. That's what we call the gulag, guys. Just letting you know.
Yeah.
So, is that like inside lingo in Siberia?
Robert Goulet?
Yeah, you just have to be there to know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fuck, he came back after weeks and he's big timing us with his Russian insider lingo.
Yeah, I mean, don't worry about it, guys. I've been thrown in prison a couple of times already. And then they remember that I'm a celebrity, so they're like,
they might have all your videos.
They do love me. They're huge fans. I love my fans, all 12 of them that watch my videos. So, yeah.
So, Jake will be coming back periodically as sort of like a guest host or just to come fuck around with us. Jake's really busy, like I said, with his porn career.
Mm-hmm. True. I'm also, besides doing the porn and whatnot, I'm trying to become a published author, and I'm currently writing kind of a dark novel that will be a series called The Cold Grip. So if you care about me enough to deep dive into my other stuff, and give me a follow. And I don't care if you follow me or not.
Jake, there's like 5 people probably listening. I mean, and they're probably all people you know already.
Yeah, that's probably true. So, but no, I'm gonna do like an audio thing with it, and that's kind of what I'm doing right now. I'm also going to. I have an audio thing that I've written the script out. It's about almost 200 pages.
Nice.
I'm going to record that too, I think, in the near future. So I got some things I'm doing. That's why I'm kind of backing away a little bit, but still part of the Lunch Pail Boys. Always will be a Lunch Pail Boy, just not as often. So.
Yep.
He left. He started here a Lunch Pail Boy, and he's come back as a Lunch Pail Man. Yeah.
You fucking idiot.
And it sounds like he got a lot of irons in the fire, and you'd be happy to know that we've yet to get canceled too thoroughly.
That's good.
So not for lack of trying.
Well, I mean, Burton's not here, so that kind of helps a little bit. So, but I miss him though. So
Yeah, he's sitting on a pack of iced peas right now.
yeah, he got him cut.
He got his nuts clipped.
Yep.
Yeah.
That bird ain't gonna fly anymore.
Apparently, 12 kids was enough.
I mean, when you start to basically portray the Waltons, I mean, I think it's time.
Travis?
Night,
So,
John boy. Night, John boy.
yeah, you got Joe Bob.
Joe Biden.
He probably thinks he's a fucking Walton every once in a while. I've been looking for that goddamn cabin.
Oh, Jesus.
Fuck
Wait,
me.
what have you guys been up to?
You know, this and that and the other.
Dick cheese.
What have we been doing? I'm trying to think of the last. Was the last episode you on? Was that?
Yep, the farting one.
Yeah, the one with the farts. Was the
My good-
Jesse?
My good friend Jesse Ventura was on that episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, on the last one that
Which-
I was on.
Right now, we're in talks to get Jesse to come back for the water conspiracy episode.
Ooh, I'm
Well,
sure.
are you sure that he knew who you were when you contacted him?
He said I'd have to go through his hairdresser.
Yeah, he doesn't have a hairdresser.
And I was like, oh, don't you mean your agent? And he's like, no, my hairdresser.
Yeah, as he would say, life's a conspiracy, and I don't need no goddamn hairdresser.
Yep.
That sounds
That's
just
words
like
to
him.
live by.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a good
so
impression. You should.
I'm around him a lot.
Yeah, it sounds like it. He
I
sounds
made
pretty
the
comfortable.
Well, I made a mistake by interning for him, and he thinks that I'm his son. So,
Goddamn boy, I know I raised you since a pup. But
he always acts like the Predator is like a real thing. Like
Well, I think-
fought a war against Predator.
Well, I think that's why he acted so good. He wasn't acting. He was just he was
he thought-
literally thought he was fighting some kind of alien hunting
He
machine.
even thinks he died and like came back. He's like, I got blown in the chest. And I woke up and I was fine because I could heal. And I'm like, I don't think that's true.
Oh man, that's fun.
Yeah. Well, maybe he'll come back, but he's our hero. So
Yeah, American hero.
So today, our episode's about a small, weird place called Dulce, New Mexico. So Dulce is a quaint, picturesque desert town in New Mexico. It is the headquarters to the Jicarilla, fuck that shit, Apache Reservation in northern New Mexico. And the town is largely inhabited by the indigenous people. It's approximately 2 hours and 45 minutes north of Albuquerque, with the population hovering right around 2,500 people.
Did you just piss off the Native American listenership?
I don't know how to fucking pronounce it.
Is it
Albuquerque?
Yeah.
It's only said a billion times in Breaking Bad.
Albuquerque.
Albuquerque. No, I was talking about was it Jicarilla? Oh, no, I can't do it either.
Don't do it either.
Jicarilla. You could have just said the Apache Reservation in northern New Mexico. We probably could have saved ourselves some trouble, but
You should have just said them native fellers.
you know what? That seems a little more fitting, honestly. But so this small town of Dulce came into UFO notoriety in the 70s and the 80s for some pretty awesome stories. Today we're going to be covering some of these stories with the next episodes digging deeper and deeper. And deeper.
Hey, wait, that's the line from Jake's last movie. Deeper.
I've gone so deep, I don't think I can go any deeper.
That's Bigfoot's only, like, what's it called? God damn it, I'm fucking stupid. Shit.
Yeah. Just quit. Quit while you're ahead.
The sequel of Deeper, Deeper, Deeper is Get Me Out, Get Me Out, Get Me Out.
It smells in here.
I have nowhere to poop but in this same hole that I'm already in. Sounds like my autobiography.
Sounds like Mel's Hole.
So we will be covering. Is there is that
Got-
TJ? Is there a
No.
wolf?
Guys, I'm actually shooting a movie right now.
No.
Holy fuck, I choked on some dicks.
Is that is that God damn it, what's the
The
I
howling?
didn't know they said action, and I yeah, whoops, my bad.
hey, so you're pulling double duties tonight. Is that a wolf in the movie?
It wasn't a wolf, it was me.
Oh, okay.
It's actually just Kevin Costner's pubic hair.
Oh God. I'm impressed and scared a little bit.
Not even mad about that.
Oh. So, anyway, we'll be digging into these stories surrounding Dulce and one of the more famous actors in the tale of Dulce, New Mexico.
So, despite its small population, it now draws heavy tourism from a bunch of fucking weirdos. UFOlogists, and like I said, other fucking weirdos, for a conference that's held there called the Dulce Base UFO Conference.
Mm.
The people of the Apache Reservation and Dulce have viewed the Archuleta Mesa, which is a mesa on the outskirts of town that rises right above the town, as a place with many supernatural qualities. For years, these stories have circulated of aliens, Bigfoot, big dicks, government agencies also inside the mesa.
Mm. They got big dicks in there.
There's big dicks up in them hills.
They're trying to take our women.
Them native fellers over there.
They're hung like mooses.
Apparently. Yeah, I would like to point out, too, that you continue to disrespect the native people by not pronouncing their
I didn't
correct-
even say the fucking name.
I know, you left it out. You left it out.
TJ, just stick with your guns and just say feller, okay?
So when we say inside of the mesa, we mean deep inside. Allegedly, there is what is known as a deep underground military base inside of the Archuleta Mesa.
Underground stuff's so hot right now.
Yeah. Wait, is it?
Yeah, it's the trend. Underground. Yeah,
Underground.
So hot. It's the trend.
It's big. It's big. It's big as those big dicks they have in there.
People are like, let's do something underground. Like it's usually like clubbing or.
It was like Tony Hawk's Pro Skater Underground. Isn't that one?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, Underground.
Great game. Yeah, but
that's a good one.
But when you're talking about Dulce Underground, get out of here, man.
It's a whole nother level of underground.
Get it out of here.
Now, deep underground military base systems, which we'll lovingly refer to as DUMS for here on out, is, as the name implies, a really fucking deep military base. And supposedly these bases can extend miles under the surface. Underground bases aren't necessarily something that the UFO community and conspiracists have created. There were actually documented bases such as the Cheyenne Mountain Base and Raven Rock, and these places are well-known sites that were set up to assist in continuity of government if something really unfortunate were to happen, so that we can huddle all the octogenarians that run this country into a hole in the ground so that they'll survive in the case of a terrible tragedy. And we've spoken of these bases in past episodes, more specifically the FEMA episodes.
Thank you, lizard overlords. So, Phil Schneider, who is allegedly a government geologist, we'll discuss him primarily not next episode, but in the third one of this series. But he stated that there are several hundred dumbs in the U.S.
It's a lot of dumb.
That's a lot of fucking dumb. And 1,000 plus in the world. That was
Yeah.
as of early 1990s before he was fucking suicided.
Yep.
So, who knows if they actually exist? I'm willing to bet they do exist somewhat. I think the question is more or less how many we actually have now.
Yeah.
Since the truth behind dumbs are unknown at this time, it is hard to really say for sure, you know. It could be a continuity of government in case of an alien attack, comet/asteroids hit the Earth, or a global pandemic that's fucking shit up.
There are a lot of things that it could be. So dumbs were built with highly sophisticated equipment for their time. These underground bases were not built with actual traditional drilling methods, but supposedly with basically a big nuclear reactor powered device. And we were actually able to find patents for I guess, machines like this. If you feel so inclined to look up patent number US 3693731A. It describes a machine that this describes machinery that inserts a probe, and as all great stories begin, into a cave wall and heats that up to about 1,100 degrees Celsius, or about 2,012 degrees Fahrenheit.
Oh, that sounds like a fun night for me in Siberia.
Yeah, it'd probably warm you up. Probably toast you from the inside out.
That sounds like my next movie.
Yep. The nuclear reactor probe in my cave wall.
So you're saying that they didn't dig out these so-called bases, I guess. I don't know. We're basically talking about like underground bunkers, right?
Yeah.
Like huge ones. So like they pretty much exploded.
No, I mean, essentially, like I said, it heats up to considerable temperature, to the point where the rock and dirt, gravel around, that it's going through essentially melts.
Wow.
It melts, and then the machine sort of pushes forward, and it creates these, that pushes this molten rock out of the way and forms these really, perfectly shaped tunnels. Where the heated rock that's pushed around the machine cools as the tunnel wall, and allegedly making very sturdy tunnels through this method. And it's bizarre. It sounds fucking made up, but it's there are alleged patents. I mean, again, there are patents, doesn't mean it exists in real life, but
Yeah, I wonder
what a way.
Poisoning gets spread after using one of those things.
Mm-hmm.
I said, I wonder how much radiation poisoning gets spread using one of those bad boys.
Yeah, the whole place is irradiated, but man, that tunnel's smooth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Innovation.
Yeah, it's not the destination, but the journey.
But it sort of sounds far-fetched.
Yeah. I mean, I guess, you know, not being a geologist by trade, I don't really know what, you know, is 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit enough to melt rock? That I'm not sure. But I mean, in principle, I guess it makes sense. But how does the like molt? I don't. You know, there's a lot of questions.
You know, one time I humped the floor, a carpet flooring, and I swear my dick got up to about 1,100 degrees Celsius.
Yeah, and you just start pushing like molten rock around with it.
No.
Yeah, I don't think that's true.
I passed out.
I have like I don't know. I've always been interested in the like TJ. What's that documentary called? We've talked about it before. Is it Hellier?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where they kind of talked about how there's like abandoned underground military bases, like I don't know, in different areas and stuff. I don't know. You don't know if it's true or not. It's just kind of like a myth, but I don't know. I've always wondered if they're like underwater and stuff.
Supposedly they are. But Hellier, so that whole thing, like
Yeah.
Hellier and Brown Mountain Lights and all that, we're actually going to do an episode on those.
Oh yeah.
That's
We're gonna
something.
circle back.
Circle jerk back, yeah.
Mm.
We both, all you two go, like
You
you're
guys,
eating fucking ice cream.
you did an episode on it.
We did well. We sort of. We did the Kelly Hopkinsville.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the goblins of Hopkinsville allegedly were creatures that either basically emerged from a cave system near, I guess, where the sightings were. Because that's Hopkins or the Hellier. If I remember correctly, I've only watched a couple of the episodes, but it essentially describes similar beings, and then you know ties it into like the Brown Mountain lights and you know Kellysville and these sightings near and around like the Appalachian like cave systems through the Appalachian Mountains and stuff like that. So, and you know, being lazy at the time, we just felt like trying to squeeze all that into an episode just would have been a lot of work. So, we're going to circle back and jerk around to it.
Well, I'm sure TJ's happy about that.
Jerking it?
Just, yeah, circle back and jerking it.
Dude, that's an hourly routine for me.
I felt, yeah.
Hour?
Yeah.
That's a lot.
That's it's got to be time consuming.
I get off 24 hours or 24 times a day.
Jesus.
Do you get blisters on the tips of your fingers?
My dick is a blister.
What do we got these blisters from? You've been working the yard? No, I've been jacking off obsessively.
Yep.
Yeah.
It happens, you know. It's part of life. It's the circle of life, as
It's the circle jerk of life.
as Miss Austin. Yeah. But yeah, I didn't mean to stop you from what you were saying there, Scott. I find it very interesting about the whole like bases underground. I mean, like we talk about Area 51 all the time, and that's the most common one. But it's kind of a I don't know I'm not infatuated with it, but because it is something like you read in science fiction books and what you see in movies a lot. Like there's always something underground, or it's in a mountain.
Hey man, it's a good place to hide some fucking aliens.
It's like TJ, we watched that movie Greenland.
Yeah.
And, Skylar, you were there too, weren't you?
Yeah, I was there. Yeah. It was we were up in.
I think we were all drunk or something, weren't we? When we watched it.
Yeah, I think so.
TJ was really weird.
TJ was snoring.
Somebody was snoring. They were snoring really weird. They were going like.
Yeah, that was TJ.
Weird
I was
assassin.
gonna say TJ snore. Never. I've never heard him snore once ever at all. He's
It's
never
like,
kept me up, and I've never yelled at him to wake him up so that he'll stop snoring so that I could try to sleep. It's a fucking weird game. I'll start talking to him until he wakes up, and then I'll like try to go to sleep and try to like play beat the clock before he gets deep enough into sleep and starts snoring again. Oh,
but
yes.
it is like that movie. If nobody's seen that movie, it's it's basically about the world kind of coming to an end and people being moved to a huge bunker in the mountains. But like the money and the time it would take to build an underground bunker, and if nobody noticing, I think's the most interesting thing to me. Like
Oh yeah.
how
Well,
you would isolate that, but
yeah. Oh yeah. Well, we'll touch, I think, on some of the. Nah, maybe not too in depth, but like a little more later. But like, you know, like they're saying here, it might be a fairly quiet operation if all they're doing is melting rock and digging tunnels that way, and not not detonating explosives and rocking the world. Or they are. People are just like, oh well,
well,
must be There's an Air Force base nearby too,
yeah,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
you
yeah,
need a
I mean it
lot
is a.
lot of funding and a lot of portalets.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. They got portalets all over the place.
Yeah,
Oh, they probably just blast their own something.
their own shitters, just
Yeah.
shitter holes.
Yeah, I mean the underground base thing's definitely a thread in a lot of this stuff. A lot of like government, I don't know, secret bases and shit like that. I mean, I think it wasn't like S4 that was associated with Area 51 that Bob Lazar worked at.
Yeah.
Wasn't that was an underground, or it was built into the side of a mountain? You know, they're natural, hard.
Mm.
Well,
Where I was going with that.
very penetrating, very
Yeah. Well, they are hard and
hard, mat,
round. Yeah,
girthy.
girth. They got some girth. They're
Yeah.
they're masked to overhead surveillance, and yeah, why not? Back in 1973, there was an informal report. I'm guessing the report was L.A. And if you want to look it up, I guess if you want to look up this report, it's LA 5354-MS. It's titled "Systems and Cost Analysis for a Nuclear Subterranean Tunneling Machine," created by Los Alamos Lab, and the preliminary economic analysis indicates excellent cost benefits for the development. Is that all the title? Is that the
No.
title? That's a long ass title.
The systems of cost analysis for nuclear subterranean tunneling machine. Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, but basically determining that apparently that it was cost effective to build this rock melting tunneler,
Yeah.
tuber. Yeah, we'll go with that. Call him a tuber. It's also in a December 25th, and this is in 1971, article in the New York Times, story titled "Thermal Boring Device Melts Granite" by Walter Sullivan. Oh, it was by Walter Sullivan.
What what a
You know.
what an odd article to release on Christmas Day.
Christmas 1971. Santa comes to town in his thermal boring device.
They're like, we have nothing to write about on Christmas. What are we
Yeah.
gonna talk about? Thermal
think-
blasters.
I think it was front page too. Yeah.
People open the paper and they're like, let's not read that. So
Oh. Yeah, well, the article talks about the Christmas Day article talks about a device being tested in Los Alamos, so it does tie back into some of the other reports. And on the initial test, it melted down to about 12 feet without any issue. So, I mean, there is documentation that proves, I guess, the existence of at least the technology to do this.
And they tested it.
And they tested it, and it worked, which is really, it's quite a feat for anything that government's involved in.
So, according to the lore, the Dumbs are typically self-sufficient and can be for many years. These bases are connected through a series of tunnels that litter the underground landscape of the United States. According to Disclosure Wiki, a magnetic levitation train, or maglev train, system is what they use to connect these bases. As everybody knows or should know, the maglev trains typically move quicker than shit.
Quicker than shit.
Yeah.
Alligator spit. So are these maglevs? Do these connect like multiple dumbs?
Yep, and
God,
multiple
sorry.
dumbs.
The sentences in this thing is like, we got a couple maglevs to connect the dumbs. Connect the dumbs to another dumbs. Where'd you come? What dumb do you come from? I came from this dumb. Oh, I'm on the way to this dumb.
You're stupid.
Yeah, I know.
The maglev from Dulce connects to Los Alamos, up to Area 51, and then up to the Denver airport.
Of course it does.
Yeah.
Oh.
Just all the. I love how Denver airport's just like the most random, like scariest place on earth.
Oh, have you ever been there?
No, I want to.
It is weird.
Yeah, I have been there before.
Yeah.
It
is weird.
I didn't know about all that stuff when I went though. It was back in high school, and that was before I even knew anything creepy about the Denver airport. I would have definitely investigated more. So.
Yeah, we went there a couple times out there to visit a friend of my wife's, and yeah, it's weird. There are murals and just some of the, I don't know. I obviously don't see anything too out of the way or out of the ordinary in the airport, but like
the horse statue outside.
The horse statue outside is weird as shit, especially when it's like the light. You can see the red. I don't know. It's just it's pretty.
Has nothing to do with the Broncos.
I mean, maybe it's just like it's very menacing. Like it's got like I don't know this menacing look about it. It's got like dark red eyes.
Kind of looks like John a little bit.
Like what?
Kind of looks like John Elway a little bit.
What the fuck?
He's got horse teeth.
Oh fuck!
Got a smile.
Jake,
like
you're hurting my pee hole.
So, is there some tie-in with quarterbacks who sort of have like horse features and like like quality quarterbacks? Because Peyton Manning's kind of horse face a little bit.
That's true. He is. He's
got and I asked,
got a 10 head.
Why the long face?
Oh, the only one that maybe breaks the mold is old Tommy Brady.
He's too fucking good looking to be.
He's a handsome man.
It's because he's not human.
So. I would believe that. I think he's aging. I mean, I think he is legitimately aging in reverse.
Yeah, he just keeps on going, just like Tom Cruise.
God, maybe it's the Tom. Maybe it's something with Toms.
The curse of the Toms.
Curse of the Toms. They just they like get so old and then they start aging backwards.
Did you guys, not to get too off topic, but did you guys see that series on Netflix that had Paul Rudd in it where he had like a clone?
No.
I can't remember what it was called. It was actually pretty good. It was like a series. It came out like right before COVID, and I think that they never made anything else of it after that. But he like this place like says like they can make you feel brand new. Like it looks like a massage place or something, and they're like, they claim that if your life sucks, it can make your life way better. And he ends up finding out that what they do is they just clone people and they just kill the person, like the original person, and he survives it. But like there's a really great part where he pulls up to the place and Tom Brady walks out. And he goes, Tom Brady goes, how many times have you been here? And he shows all of his rings on his hand. It's like 5 times. But
That's actually pretty good. That's a good.
yeah,
That's a good bit.
yeah,
Oh
he's a
shit.
clone. He's a clone of another clone.
He's just he's a clone of a clone of a clone.
Yeah.
Back to dumb. The dumb we are going to be focusing on is the alleged is the one that is allegedly in Dulce again, Dulce, New Mexico, and so this base has a reputation of being an extraterrestrial human base, not extraterrestrial humans, but a co-op of extraterrestrial and human cooperation. So, according to some sources, the U.S. government's super secret programs happen here. There are also hybridization projects that take place in the facility.
The dumb and Dulce is supposedly, and I use the term supposedly looser than what actually supposedly is. It is supposedly a genetic lab devoted to studying mutations and effects of radiation on humans and aliens. The Dulce base is constructed 2.5 miles northwest of Dulce under the mesa. So I read a fucking dumb fucking book for this shit.
Yeah.
And it's one of the few books I could find. And I walked away feeling, Billy Madison, when that guy gives a response to Billy's answer.
In no way or form was that a logical answer. Everybody in this room is now dumber.
So that's how I felt. No, that's good. You remember that because that's how I felt after reading it.
And may God have mercy on your soul.
Yeah.
A simple no would have sufficed.
So this bullshit book is called Secrets of Dulce Base. Alien Underground. It was written by a man named Gil Carlson. Old Gil.
Old Gilly.
It states that oh shoot. The book primarily states it is claimed that on level 1 of Dulce Base, or level 1 of Dulce Base, reaches under the actual town and drops down to about 200 to 300 feet down.
So they're under the town.
Yep.
They do the I don't know. They got like peepholes design. They can look up and be like, "Ooh,
I see up that lady's skirt."
I see him pooping."
Gleep, glorp, and glop's like, "Go to toilet 2. I need to see that."
Go to. He had corn. He had corn.
Oh shoot. So now this book, well, the whole fucking book is an outlandish series of claims. And also this dumbass Gil does not cite shit.
Gillian.
Gillian. There's no source page in this book. So this guy doesn't cite jack shit.
Come on, Gil.
Yeah. Most of the facts from here on out until we say so are from Gil's book.
So take it within a grain of salt.
Don't fucking take it with a grain of salt. Fucking dump the salt shaker into your fucking mouth.
I don't think we should encourage that.
Yeah. I mean, it's only bad for if you're a slug.
Well,
If you're listening,
high blood pressure.
Yeah. If you have high blood pressure or you happen to be a slug, please don't actually chug salt.
Slug that listens to this podcast, please contact us.
Well, this show is aimed more towards the slug population.
Guys, I wasn't gonna say, but I was like, to get some numbers up, I turned my phone on out in the yard and placed it next to some slugs that I found in the garden, and they all chug salt. They're like, "Fuck this! I can't deal with that." So,
a damn Tim Jim.
Just as long as no frogmen are listening, I'm cool with it.
No,
So,
I think we pretty much, we've eliminated that population from our listeners.
We
They don't like.
alienated them.
Yeah, we alienated the frogmen.
Thank God, because those
Yeah.
potholes are fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
It'll never die.
You wait. You wait. The other reason we brought Jake back is because Reptoids are going to make a glorious return to the podcast, and we wanted to make sure that we had, one of the holders of the, copyright involved. Make sure we do it justice.
You think they'll bring back the citrus reptoid?
Oh, you tell me.
Those are pretty good.
I think the highest, like the most sought out one, was the foreskin reptoid.
Jesus. Yeah. Really freshen up after that one. Ugh. So
that was more of like a nope. Almost said something bad. Didn't do it. See, that's what you got to do sometimes. You just got to be like, would that be considered a bad thing to others? And then you think about it, and then you think about it some more, and then you don't say it.
You fucking idiot.
And then you've been sitting here for 10 minutes contemplating a phrase.
Hmm.
I would just be like, yeah, is that going to be something that might be appropriate? Probably say it anyway.
Yeah,
we decided we decided we had Steve on a couple. Well, what we had Steve? Yeah, we had Steve on a couple weeks ago for the first time, and we've decided that he's more or less like the little devil on the shoulder, kind of whispering in our ear, like, yeah, it's not that fucked up. Just say it. Just say it.
Yeah.
Go ahead, say it. And you're like the angel, like, I don't know, guys. That might be considered racist.
Yeah, well, that I believe definitely out of Steve. So
Yeah.
I love Steve.
Oh
Steve,
no, and it was fun doing episodes with him. It was. It wasn't that bad. I mean, no inappropriate racial commentary or anything like that.
we're definitely not. We're not racist at all. Not at all.
Yeah, and I think the more we say it, the more people will believe. The more
We'll just do a whole episode where we're like, hey guys, we're not racist. Like we just try to convince the audience that we're not racist.
Hey, I know they said they weren't the whole time, but you ever get the idea that they get it? Yeah.
A little bit.
That's what they do. They just turn into high pitched noise. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, that's fun. Let's go back. Let's talk about Gil.
Gillian.
More Gillian's Island.
So you're saying, Gil, that they were under the town. How's the phone reception down there?
Not good.
Are they getting a cig?
No, they get about bar and a half, and it's not 4G.
So you plant a base underneath a town, which is, I don't know, probably not the most logical place to build a base underneath a town, but people are oblivious. What's going on in this underground base? What are they doing? Are they making weapons? Are they like training people to like do weird things?
That's something we'll get to. Yeah, that's definitely in our.
You might think that, but really, we just opened up a boutique bagel shop down here, and we're gonna steam up some bagels, and we're gonna have a little what do they call those, pop-ups? We're gonna have a pop-up, every now and again, and sell our bagels. Yeah, it's real nice actually. Yeah.
Dick Toes bagels.
They're good with some little schmear, some creepers.
You just take that elevator down, and you're like, oh, I wonder what they're working on. You just get this huge aroma of chive and some onion, some blueberry, mixtures. It's like a real Panera type of atmosphere. And that's what you get when you build underground tunnels with
Yeah.
the thermal things.
So
Yep.
it's funny you mention that, Jake, because here in a little bit we're going to be talking about something that's sort of, well, both you and Skylar were talking about there with like putting a store underground.
Uh huh.
So
It might be a bagel shop. You might have to give a little sample of your DNA for the human hybrid projects. But so back to Mr. Carlson, old Gil has stated that he's read some material, which is again a very descriptive, very like I read something somewhere that happened to say that aliens residing in the Dulce base call themselves the Nated Terrans.
The fellers.
The Fellers, yeah, we'll call them the Fellers for short. He describes them as an ancient race, descendants of reptilian humanoid species that have crossbred with the more primitive Uni terrestrial survivors.
so this base, the Dulce Dome, has 7 levels. Each level becoming more sinister as you descend, basically. So the base is 2.5 miles underground. The deeper within the complex go, the greater the security is. Deep sections of the complex are connected to natural cavern systems that run through the area. Gill states that a man, fucking idiot, sorry, that a man who worked at the base, who also had an Ultra 7B clearance, which I looked up, like, clearances and shit, and I didn't find any Ultra 7B.
Do you think they're going to post the Ultra 7B clearance just on what, Wikipedia?
Right. Yeah. That's the ultra. The ultra clearance. They're not. You don't know. It's like SEAL Team 6. Either called SEAL Team 6.
Jesus. So
They're they're called Zero Dark 30. That's the real name.
What's, you know,
So Gill states that the man who worked at the base reports the following.
there may be more than 7 levels, but I only know of 7. Most of the aliens are on levels 5, 6, and 7. Alien housing is on level 5. So I wonder if the alien dorms are similar to that of Animal House. Old Gorbo Blutkarski. Blutkarski?
Lutarski.
Blutarski. Yeah.
The
Yeah.
only thing I imagine that whole time was Mario going through tunnels of aliens, being like, "Yep, this is level 5."
Oh, it's a me, a Mario. Oh, maybe that's what the Goombas were. Maybe that he was just traveling through underground cities, killing aliens, trying to find the princess from King Koopa, who
Yeah,
was living in the secret underground base cavern castle,
making bagels.
making bagels. He was Italian. I don't doesn't. No, that's not. I guess Italians don't really make bagels, but yeah.
Where are pizza bagels from then?
Oh shit. Those
Nasty
Jewish,
ass
Jewish,
American.
Jewish Italians.
The Hebrews?
Is that Jewish Italian?
That I don't know. I just said Hebrew.
Okay.
Nothing against the Hebrews, but every time I say that word, I think of just a man brewing something.
Hebrews beer. Oh
Right.
man, do you guys want to open up a brewery? I got
Yeah.
a great idea for a name.
Stinky Teddy's Brewery.
Yep.
That was you guys had the same idea for the name?
No.
But
Oh, fuck. I'm pretty sure
nope.
I'm having a heart attack.
We'll just make it through we got a few more minutes to go. And if you die on the podcast, we'll release it. Well, probably not because you have the recording.
if you had high blood pressure and you ate a lot of salt, I told you that's on you.
Oh, fuck.
Jesus, are you all right?
Yeah.
Okay. So in the 90s, a man went by the name Thomas E. Castillo came out and blew the whistle on Dulce base. Old Tommy was supposedly a security guard at the base and was apparently allowed to roam freely through it. Which again, when you have things like ultra secret 7B clearance or some shit like that, you know, you would think, I don't know, you would think that a government building that handles so many top secret things would practice compartmentalization, which, I mean, according to anything else, it does, but not according to Tommy.
It's like hiring TJ as a security.
He's just like, how the fuck did you get in here? I don't know.
Skyler, did you ever hear the story of TJ as a cadet and making a pizza in the fucking the school cafeteria?
I don't think I did, but I'm not. I'm
Made a
also
few
not sure.
pizzas actually.
That's a classic one.
Oh fuck.
Yeah, TJ as a security guard. That's what that is, right? That's what Tommy was like.
So he's down in level 7 where they're doing human chimeras and he's making a pizza. Hey, what? What do you guys want? You want some? You want some pizza? I gotta make enough for everybody. Hey, you, Squid Man, you want something? Okay, cool.
Just getting toppings out of whatever place, just chopping it up out in the open. Not a care in the world.
Yep. So apparently, the base that's practices Ultra 7 clearance allows their security guard to roam freely. But Thomas did take pictures while he was traveling through the base, you know, making pizza and whatnot, and release these photos to the public, which they are out there.
Their interview process. Do not take pictures of anything. He's just like already taking pictures. Like,
Also, sir, so what's your pizza policy here?
Oh fuck. So this dildo snapping pictures of the secret building is sort of laughable. This alien human joint venture would hopefully have security so tight that they'd be able to find a camera jammed halfway up his fucking ass. I'm gonna post these pictures on our Facebook page. So, but yeah, I thought it was pretty fucking stupid how, you know, one hand of the government doesn't know what the other one's doing. It's called compartmentalization.
Yeah.
Supposedly, this dude's just roaming around, whistling, flipping dicks, and he's going down to lower levels, introducing himself to these human bat fucking lizard hybrids. Hey, what's happening, Bill?
You, nice head on you.
Looks like you're in a cage, you fucking bitch. But I think that's one of the fucking, and Thomas Costello, what's it called? A pseudonym?
Yeah.
Like a fake name,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
Thomas Costello is a pseudonym, so. But there's also, like, nobody's ever been able to prove that Thomas Costello was an actual person. Thomas Costello stated that there are aliens in this space, and he called them reptoids.
Ooh.
Which is not to be confused with the reptilian breath mints we discussed.
yeah, I was about to say there's definitely a lawsuit in the making there. So
Yeah. Copyright Reptoids Candies LLC.
it's a good thing he used a fake name. That's all I'm saying.
Hitler's like, 999! Those are my breath mints! Thomas Costello claimed that the reptoids live under, like, the earth, and it's their natural home. So that sort of connects with what we sort of said in the Nazi alien episode.
Yeah.
How the aliens live underground and Nazis went down there and ate some schnitzel with them.
Ooh.
So,
You like some schnitzel.
yeah. So, Costello also claimed it wasn't just reptoids there, but claimed there were over 18,000 aliens
Jesus Christ.
at the Dulce base at that time.
How big is this base?
Well,
18,000. That's pretty big.
Well, and this dumb fuck in the book, towards the end of the book, I fucking started like I was shit, and then I'm like, because I went to take a shit and finish reading. I'm like, what the fuck is this dumbass saying? Because he started going into like, you know, he's been told by people that's been abducted that like draconians are living there, greys, aliens that look like Mothman.
And they're all I can imagine is unisex bathrooms in the morning, and everybody brushing their teeth in the same sinks, and they're just waiting in line.
Well, and aliens are pissing out of their finger like they are in Scary Movie 3.
Yeah, and the Mothman's like trying to go up into the light the whole time, and they're like, "Get out of the light!" Trying to look at my
Damn it,
teeth.
Mothman, you busted another light.
Sorry,
guys. According to old Gil, who again does not name sources for any of the quotes, he was told there are pretty much genetic hybrids of pretty much everything down there. You have half seal, half humans, and I'm thinking that's Seal. No, I think it was Seal, the artist.
Kiss
down there.
Yeah,
Yeah. He left to go on to create the theme song from Batman Forever.
I love that fucking song, dude.
You got half lizard, half humans, half bagel, half humans, winged humanoids, and gargoyles apparently, or garglers.
Then you got Tim Jim with the flashlight playing security guard, around, just
flashing the light in the creature's eyes to see if what they do.
Hey, gargoyle man, you want to go in? You want to go insies on me with a half pepperoni, half artichoke?
doing Facebook Live with the alien.
Doing TikToks, TikTok dances. Yeah, I like it.
So this base is also sort of like an amalgam of alien tech and human tech. Elevators that use only magnets, no mechanical parts. Magnetically induced lights, which he sort of explained it, but apparently, like the magnetism is so strong around these rods that it produces lights. It's all alien tech, and magnetically controlled exit doors. Because God forbid, only aliens could have magnetically controlled doors. Also, robots that fly around and blow you.
No.
As a wise man once said, can't beat it because they'll beat it for you.
Oh, man. Sounds like a good place to work. And I mean, it also seems like a lot of like technology and security, considering that there's a rogue security guard roaming around eating pizza, taking pictures, taking selfies, and doing TikTok dances with Mothman.
Doesn't sound like a good place for computers or microwaves, though. That's a lot of magnets.
Microwaves? Yeah, maybe.
Was it that a thing? Is it bad to like put magnets on a microwave or something?
I've never heard that.
I'm just stupid.
I think you need to put a magnet inside the microwave, Jake.
Oh yeah, yeah. If you put it next to it, it
get a real strong neodymium one that like you can barely pick up.
Dude, that's like the TikToks are telling people to cook soapy water in their air fryer. They're like, go ahead and bake that soapy water in there
for about 10 minutes. Take it out, flip it.
Yep. And it's clean as can be.
A lot like my mom's vagina.
Oh.
Yep. And even more bizarre, Gil also goes on to describe the Dulce base as being controlled by the Department of Energy and is also connected to Los Alamos.
And they're also a fine producer of fruit.
Oh, yeah. Could be. They're making some, well, we'll get into that here. You might be right. So the first floor of this Dulce base allegedly consists of parking garages because, you know, you're driving from suburbia near Albuquerque. You're going to drive in, you're going to park. You know, take your magnet elevator upstairs or downstairs, apparently. It also houses street maintenance equipment storage, photo labs, hydroponics, which could be for growing fruits and vegetables or that icky, sticky government weed.
Man, you know them aliens are in there getting fucking lit, dude.
I bet you that's all that's going on down there. Snoop
Purple
Dogg shows up.
sticky, man.
There's like one room that's just black lights, and it's always smoky.
Do you have that
And-
Hindu Kush, man? No, we have Galactic Kush.
That Hindu Kush will open your third eyebrow.
Oh, fuck.
They also have a mess hall, VIP housing, which, again, when Snoop Dogg shows up to smoke some sticky with with Mothman. Kitchens for pizza cooking, and security vehicle storage.
Yeah.
So first floor is pretty active.
You think
Why would you need?
security guard has a Segway?
I hope so.
Jesus.
I just
I
see
saw-
TJ now on a Segway zipping around with a pizza and a camera.
Just
I
taking.
saw one of them nerds at the mall the other day. A Segway security guard. That guy could. There's no way he could fight anybody. He looked
Oh
like
no!
he looked like he hadn't even hit puberty yet.
Al Pacino's left toe.
So Glenn, we're gonna promote you. We're gonna promote you to Segway cop here. Oh no, that's cool. I get a Segway. Do I get a raise? No, actually, you're gonna take a pay cut. We got to pay for the Segway.
Yep,
Yep.
totally worth it.
And
though.
the pizza.
Yeah, and all the pizza you can cook.
So there's no descriptions of any of the other floors, really, besides the 6th floor, which is what they call the Nightmare Hall.
Mm.
Ba-ba-bum.
Is that the official name for it? I mean,
That's what apparently this pizza eating, picture taking,
mm.
voyeuristic security guard said.
Level 5, women's wear. Level 6, Nightmare Hall.
He did say that the alien like bunks and all that shit is on level 5.
Well,
So
excuse me. Next to the lingerie.
Excuse me, I'm looking for Nightmare Hall. Where that's at? Well, yeah, if you take a left past the kitchens and don't go too far because that's where the magnetic elevator is. You don't want to do that. But Nightmare Hall, it's right there. It's right there. You can't miss it.
you'll see the spider with arms as legs sucking
What?
blood from a young virgin. That's how you know you hit Nightmare Hall.
If you see Mothman, tell him he's lost because for some reason he just always starts to wander. But
Oh no, dude. So on the Nightmare Hall, 6th floor, is a security arsenal, military arsenal, which, okay, that makes a lot of sense. Why wouldn't you just have military doing the security and have one arsenal? Military security,
Oh.
a 200-foot in diameter generator, and a device that makes a perfect clone of people.
God damn it! So it is the show with Paul Rudd.
Yep. Sure is.
Wow, that wasn't even intentional.
So, Nightmare Hall is also where you find is where you find the hybrid alien human beings and alien things. That's also where they filmed the last season of Roseanne.
God, dear.
I was getting ready,
God.
I was getting ready to ask where the perk was in this whole thing.
Oh fuck!
Oh, the horror.
Then if you turn right, you see Jennifer Aniston and
Mm.
I can't remember the other actors' names.
Bill.
Yeah,
Old
Bill,
Bill. Yeah.
Courtney Cox, and Matthew Perry. You've gone too far. That's
They did films. They did Friends down there too.
yeah, they do.
Yeah.
Well, it just happens to be that Friends is actually government footage of experiments and
Oh
just
wow.
the sitcom.
Yeah, I can see that.
Fucking
Yeah,
There was an episode with a half woman, half turkey.
yeah. No, there's all kinds of. I mean,
Yeah,
Phoebe
it's all
is,
it's all right there under your nose. You didn't even see
yeah,
it.
Yeah.
Phoebe is definitely an alien. So
They had to cut out the part where Bigfoot fucking stepped on Matthew Broderick's dick over and over.
Matthew
though-
Broderick.
Yeah, I know. I said that and I was like, Fuck. Wrong Matthew. Matthew Perry.
Well, in the multiverse, it's Matthew Broderick. So
I want to live in a world where Matthew Broderick plays Chandler.
yeah,
Or maybe he plays Ross. Or maybe he plays Phoebe. Who knows? So Dulce Base also houses a top secret, I'm doing quotation marks too, top secret project code name Noah's Ark. More quotation marks.
in case there's a flood.
Yeah, that underground base would not, I don't think, be the ideal environment for flood protection. Maybe. These are sophisticated bases. But no, this Noah's Ark is a series of tube shuttle systems that connect over 100 bunkers across the earth. And old Gillies explains that these bunkers basically connect to underground cities that come included with lakes, streets, sidewalks, electric cars, buildings, offices, shopping malls, and boutique bagels.
Nice.
Yeah. So, and with the shopping malls, you can tell these were probably built a few decades ago. When, your thoughts are, well, what do we need down in the underground city? Oh, make sure we have a Hot Topic and a Dick's Sporting Goods so that we can get our, spiked chokers and fishing equipment.
Yeah. Maybe throw in a Cinnabon. Yeah.
Oh, gotta have a Cinnabon or Auntie Annie's or whatever the pretzel place.
Auntie Anne's.
Auntie Anne's with the pretzels for the win.
Yeah.
So I like how the dude just pulled this out of his ass. He didn't say who told him.
Yep.
Oh, fuck.
Well, it was obviously somebody with the Ultra 7B.
That or just a security guard, apparently. That
They're like, do you have your 7 Ultra B clearance? And they just pull out the new Gillette razor.
Well, there it is.
Come
How
on
did
in.
you? Yep, yeah, good call.
Access granted.
So the same like bunkers and bases here are also the type of system that's implemented on bases on the moon and Mars.
Oh.
These bases, as Gil would say, are ultra secret. But somehow Gil was able to get his fucking hands on ultra secret documents, and he hasn't died yet.
That's just how fucking badass he is. What do you expect that the security clearance for the moon? Is that like level 8?
That's actually negative levels.
Oh.
They're like, Gil, did you take this Ultra 7B clearance pass? I was like, no, I don't even know what you're talking about.
Is that a Gillette razor in your pocket?
I've never heard of Nightmare Hall. So.
Never heard of such a guy.
But if you see Chuck the Mothman, you tell him you tell him that old Gil says hi.
Goddamn, Chuck.
You tell that fucking Mothman he owes me $5 for playing crap. So.
Thomas is like, God damn it, we're going to have to turn the lights off again so we can get fucking Chuck the Mothman off the ceiling.
This is a perfect scene. You've got Tom, you've got Gil, Chuck the Mothman, surrounded, making some pizzas, playing craps.
Yeah, it's just a lot of weird stuff going on. I've never heard of Nightmare Alley. I never heard such a thing. So
No.
it seems like you know an awful lot, Gil, about what's going on down here in Dulce. Dulce Underground Ultra 7B clearance.
I don't know, just lucky, I guess. So another character who has lately stepped into the Dulce limelight is a human that goes by the name Emery Smith.
Oh,
And
Emmett Smith, isn't that
yep, Emmett Smith.
the great cowboy running
Yep.
back? Ooh.
Yep, he being involved with some, supernatural and fringe groups. They do attract some okay people, but also attract some pretty fucking nutty individuals, and Emmett Smith, looks like he was probably one of these the latter nut jobs.
Yeah, I've watched some videos with him. This dude's a fucking dipshit of epic proportions. So, he was in the U.S. Air Force. He's a veteran, 1990 through 95. And what a long 5 years it was, because this dude was dick deep in secret shit. So he had a long history of alleged assignments in highly classified, deep black covert operations, and has participated in several interviews regarding DUMS. He also supposedly worked as somebody, or worked on portal technologies.
Mm.
So, a lot,
Quite
oh,
quite the resume.
yes. So what's even more disturbing is, regardless of, I don't think George Norrie really has any credibility, but his TV state, or his YouTube station, TV station, Gaia TV, actually brought him on as a host of a show called Cosmic Disclosure.
Oh,
So
Georgie.
this dumb fucking nut job stated that he worked in underground bases, he worked with aliens and human genetics. Old Needle Dick also stated that aliens are living in his home.
Mm.
So so from 1990 to 95, this dude not only worked with genetics, he also worked with portals. He helped like with surgery and all this shit, and also worked on underground bases. So this dude fit a lot of shit in 5 years.
And apparently, like, he's living with a bunch of aliens in his
Yeah.
house. In his house. What do you think? Think he's married? Do you think his wife's like pissed all the time because he keeps bringing aliens to live
Well,
in his house?
it's funny you say that, because I got the ETs are living in his home from an ex-girlfriend he kept telling that to. And she's like, "What the fuck you talking about?" He's like, "Well, you can't come over because it's classified, and I have ETs living in my home."
The old classic, keep the girlfriend away, but the aliens living in the house. Yeah, my roommates. They're kind of weird. They're from far away.
I woke up and they were licking each other's fingers one night. I don't know.
Yeah.
The old classic: put an alien in a hooded sweatshirt and it's all fine.
They're always eating my food.
I don't want to talk too much about this guy, just because I don't want to focus and give this fuck nuts, accidentally give him more credibility or mentioning him more, just because he is a fucking dumbass piece of shit.
I don't think us talking about it will lend any credibility to anything he did.
Oh, I know. I just mentioning somebody like this dude's he lies. And while a lot of people lie in this field, like, this dude gathered a huge following and just keeps lying and keeps, like, each time his dick keeps getting bigger, supposedly. One of those guys.
So he's like a Pinocchio for
Of-
lying. Like, if he
Yes.
can, I mean, man, that's a. Just to be clear, he's a Pinocchio that when he lies, his dick gets bigger.
That's
I don't see. I mean, I don't see anything wrong with that.
That's why I'm so honest. Because I can only, my dick can only get so big, dude.
Yeah. That's definitely something to worry about.
When I have to carry a fucking wheelbarrow down the stairs just to get my dick down here,
Yep. Yep. I was trying to think of something, but
it's not the worst superpower.
it's not the worst. It's not the best either. I mean, yeah, because there'd be a point where it's like, it'd be funny too, is if it doesn't get any like girthy or it's just long. It's like a spaghetti noodle eventually.
Well, it's like you get the whole question: does my butt look big in these pants? And then it's like, well, you're lying, but also look how big it is. What type of cream we talking about?
Heyo. Oh.
That was an inside joke.
It's a good joke.
Yeah.
It's a good joke. We love the cream.
Feya? Her name was Faya, and
Oh, hey, yeah.
she wanted to share cream with me.
Oh my god.
Yep. And you just wanted to clarify where the cream was.
I wonder how
Uh,
she's doing. I wonder if she listens to this show.
I hope you should need to find her again. And be like, here, you should listen to the, yeah, listen.
Do you think the aliens share cream?
Mm, have they evolved beyond the need for cream? Maybe they just, I don't know. I don't know.
Do you think they eat cream cheese with their bagels?
Probably. Yeah, you got to have a good schmear on a bagel, toast it.
A good schmegma.
Oh, no. Well, I mean, maybe. I don't know. They are.
Or how Thomas got his bagel when he was snooping around Nightmare Alley or whatever it was called.
I think that's actually the name of a movie, How Thomas Got His Bagel Back.
Yeah. He spends the entire time fighting Chad the Mothman.
No, it's Chuck.
No, sorry, Chad. Chad is the name of the swamp thing. I had to since Burton's not with us tonight. I had to bring in Swamp Thing.
He loves Swamp Thing.
He does. We brought in. We actually did an episode about what we dubbed the Indiana Swamp Thing. So.
And he had a red rocket.
Yeah, he did.
There you go, Dory.
Okay.
Well, guys, that was me getting off topic there. Sorry.
We never do that. So it's all right.
To the audience, it's a good thing I'm a special guest. So, special guest of the month.
Yeah.
Old dick toes.
Yeah. Yep. Toast.
Well, when are we gonna do an episode solely on Steve Waynick? Just about his life.
We're working up to that one. That's gonna be
It's gonna be a hard one.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard nut to crack. A nut.
I just really want to hear that story about him being confronted by that man outside the bar.
Oh,
Who the fuck do you think you are, buddy? And he goes, Steve?
Steve? Oh, jeez. Did we bring that up when we talked to him? Yeah, I think we did. So it's out there. It's in canon.
I just need to listen to it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I need to catch up on the shows.
Yeah, me too.
So Gil here, he's talking about there's all these levels of alien halls. There's Nightmare Hall. There's all these weird things.
Andy Warhol.
I don't know if I ever let you explain. You never explained what Nightmare Hall was because I didn't let you get to that point, Skylar, and I'm sorry for that. But you know, it's a lot. Like, this is a lot for. I mean, you got Gil and you got a security guard. I mean, it's a lot of territory.
So, Jake, the thing that popped up to me like when doing this was like funding for this, right?
Right.
This is a big fucking, this would be a big construction project, right?
Right.
So a lot of that. Have you heard of have you or Skylar heard of the black budget?
No. The black budget?
Yeah.
No.
Not to be confused with the white budget.
If that's my budget, that's where I spend all my money on fast food.
Basically, the black budget is like a covert appropriation of money to classified and secret operations. The black budget is basically an account of expenses like the military uses for research and covert shit.
Okay.
The black budget typically doesn't have a number with it when mentioned just because it's classified.
Right.
I believe right before, what's it called? 9/11?
Mm-hmm.
There was a whole somebody came out, one of the senators came out and was like, there's so much money that the government couldn't account for like the last 20 years.
Yeah.
And it was like trillions of dollars.
Okay.
And it basically just disappeared out of the budget, but they couldn't say what it disappeared to.
Right.
So this is the kind of stuff that they say the black budget goes into. Uh, one of the guys we mentioned earlier, Phil Schneider, and his supporters have alleged that the United States so-called black budget likely folds in the secret research at these alleged facilities. And the black budget is classified military spending, and it's estimated between with these in the 90s when Phil said this was 50 and 80 billion dollars, according to numerous reports in quotation marks. So that's how these things may be built using that money. But in the world of covert and classified shit, it's hard to tell.
Mm.
So, and that's basically where we'll leave off till next episode. Next episode will be involving cattle mutilations around Dulce, and also a man named Paul Benowitz and the government
Polly.
fuckery involving him. So, Jake, what do you think about this?
Um. Yeah. Interesting. Um. Kind of want to know more about the Nightmare Hall. Uh, and does the Mothman
Hmm.
ever get out much?
So they describe the Mothman from like that as being like a race of creatures from
Uh-huh.
another planet.
Yeah.
So apparently, I mean, they must because they're seen, all over the world.
Which is that's kind of a cool like thing to me, like a cool like theory. Like I kind of like we kind of talked about this a long time ago where I was like, what like it seems like we have these cryptids in the world, but what if they like actually like were the majority of the population before humans
Yeah.
and they've just been kind of wiped out and pushed into hiding?
Maybe they're just all aliens, and they're all visiting and living in Dulce base, and then they're like, "We want to go on a week leave," and Mothman's like, "I want to go to
Point Pleasant.
Point Pleasant, and I want to hang out by this bridge that's gonna collapse.
Tell people about it.
I'm not
He's
gonna
like-
tell anyone about it. I'm just gonna fucking fly around and scare the shit out of people, and then and then the bridge is gonna collapse." And then
Well-
Bigfoot's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go walk out in the woods. I'm gonna go like turn, look at guy, and then I'm gonna keep walking."
Poor Mothman. All he tries to do is warn people about bad things coming. People just swat at him. They're like,
Get out of here, Mothman.
get out my face.
So, Skylar, what do you think about this?
I mean, I'm interested in knowing the, what the hiring process is at Dulce Base for the security guards, because I may be looking for a new job. So, and I mean, God, if I hang out with Mothman and potato hybrids and make pizzas,
I'd be taking a lot of selfies.
oh, yeah. I mean, my TikTok's going to blow up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just
So,
imagine the some bitch walking around taking pictures, though, in such a highly classified environment.
was that a camera? Nope, not a camera.
Definitely not. Nope, that was a Subway
Nope.
sandwich.
That's an avocado.
Were you just in Nightmare Hall? Did you say Nightshare Ball? I don't know what you're talking about.
It's like, why is the pizza sauce drippings leading all the way to Nightmare Hall? Oh, definitely know who it is.
Old Chuck, I owed him a piece. I owed him a piece next time I made one.
You
So.
left the
Definitely
fucking
wasn't
ovens
me.
on.
I mean, it's the kind of thing that parts of it could be true, and most of it probably total bullshit. I mean, there probably are underground bases and stuff. I mean, I don't know. Maybe there are underground. I mean, we talked about this in Nazis in Antarctica, and Dulce base with its underground lakes and shopping malls and Auntie Annie's and didn't they just find like a sinkhole in China that had a whole forest inside of it? Some shit like that? Some underground forest?
Yeah, that's where they were going to bury the weaker Muslims that they killed.
Oh, God, no. I wasn't going there. I mean, probably, yes, but I mean, but no, they found this, this sinkhole opened up and there's this, expansive, forest under the ground. Maybe, yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's weird shit out there. And yeah.
You realize the Chinese Winnie the Pooh's probably listening now. Like, you are quite humorous until you mention the weaker Muslims, who we do not kill.
Do not kill. We just place them in a hole with some trees. We might throw them down the hole, but it's a nice throw.
Concentration camps, you say? I call
yes.
them re-education.
And I can't wait till we do the episode about the country of Taiwan.
Oh, fuck me in the butt.
Yeah, no.
So
anyway, yeah.
Next episode, we're going to be covering some crazier shit, and then the third episode on this is going to be sort of the crescendo when we talk about lovely Phil Schneider.
Nike Schneider.
So with this, please listen to us, like us, share us, share us on not share us, but find us on Facebook.
Got Instagram. Tell your mother-in-law about us. Tell your old, grandma about us if you're trying to, get her out of the way for that inheritance or something, because, sometimes you got to do that.
They were good, but they had a lot of dick jokes.
A lot of dick jokes. I once met a Mothman back when FDR was in the office.
I blew his dick, actually.
His little, and the white powder that he has on the wings all over it.
It was like eating a powdered donut.
Ooh, that is an enjoyable experience. Powdered donuts are good.
We're also on TikTok, which Burton is sort of the big dick on our TikTok.
He's the big dick talk.
We're also found on pretty much anywhere that podcasts are played. Apple. Fuck, I can't remember what else.
Google.
I live in Greenfield, so I mean, if you met me, it would be like coming and encounter with the podcast too.
In Greenfield?
Yeah, if you just walked up to me like, "Hey," I'd be like, "I'm the Lunch Pail Boys podcast."
Yep.
It's just one single person.
I am. I do all the voices.
I would just start doing highlights from our shows.
Oh, fuck.
Hey, funny man, do your thing. Talk about all the fucking, alien orgies and...
Like, episode 5, Aquafina. I'd start going into Jesse Ventura voice.
Follow us. Share us with your weird friends, weird parents, weird animals. Fuck.
Slugs.
Yes.
If you want to kill if you want the slugs to kill themselves, apparently, give them some salt and make them listen to us.
Yep.
They will chug the salt.
Can I make a note of something real quick before we end this?
Go ahead, Herpy Queen.
Blessed show. You guys ever watch the that paranormal show that's on Travel Channel? And it's they show like people's videos, and then they talk about it, paranormal videos.
No.
Can't remember what it's called, but
yeah, I don't think so.
They've always got these so-called experts, and they're they always explain why the ghost is a ghost. They're I think that ghost is feeling feelings, and that's why they came out and showed themselves by possessing the person and making them commit suicide.
That's why they choked old Herbert.
Yeah.
But what I was gonna say is that I was watching one of those shows the other night, and I don't know, they were really saying some dumb shit. I was like, you know what? Don't watch a show like that. Listen to a show like us.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, if you're gonna listen to something dumb, listen to us.
But we've
Or
got good information.
I
I
mean,
mean,
well,
well,
I watched the show myself, so I mean, I can't really. I
yes,
guess
but
if you want
if
to
you want
watch,
to
you
if
can.
you want something dumb, but also you might learn something, or you might just find out that top secret bases allow their security guards to wander anywhere they want.
He goes to the bottom level. He's like, "Do you know where the damn bait is?"
Yeah.
Classic movie line,
Oh.
TJ. Classic movie line. Cousin Eddie is a deep character.
Yeah, yeah.
I've been
Many,
compared to him many of times.
many layers to that,
That makes
man.
sense.
But, well, thanks for listening, guys, and we'll be back next week with our episode. Go fuck yourselves.
Bye
Love,
bye.
love you. Bye.
Okay.